Well, yo, yippee, yay, beautiful Borgers. I hope you guys are excited. I hope you guys are feeling the pain of the month of March that has just gone and ready for April to take us to the moon. Very excited to have a lot of beautiful people here. Shout out to Nikonat that is here and Flamme of Faith. Thanks. You make it twice, Nikonat. Of course, you have to translate everything. You have to make sure that what we've done in French and English is similar. But hey, it's not. Sergio, great to have you. Fabrice, SwissBorg, main handle, great to see you too. Frankie, Anthony, again, Steve, amazing to have you here. Benji, amazing to have you as well here. Johnny is here, great to have Johnny. Claire, very beautiful Claire, very glad to have you as well here. We're gonna have a lot of fun in this one because it's not in French. And therefore we're gonna have. No, I'm joking. We're gonna have some cool moments and we're gonna finish with even a better one, which is obviously the Kahoot. Momo, glad to have you here. Let's get right into it, guys. 2 more minutes, or just saying.
No, both. We're on both Twitter and YouTube, and we had 850 people on the French version. Here, it's only 150 for now, so feel free to share it to your friends and family, neighbors. You can put some QR codes into universities. No, but a like and subscribe would be much appreciated. It helps us destroy that algorithm and pushes Borg up to the sky. So that would be really super cool. And we can also read your comments and questions and likes on X. And even if you repost this space on X, I think we can see it. It would be nice if someone did it just so we can confirm, but I think that we can see it too. So that's super cool. But let's go right in. Do you want to bring us through what we will talk about?
Let's go for it. Yeah, go to the next slide. And there's a lot of different things to talk about. But before that, again, shout out to beautiful Borgers. Recap about month of March. We're going to talk about the Dream Fund, which is a great campaign that SwissBorg is just launching today. Talk about Borg, of course, a lovely token that we cherish much, but right on my heart. Community bundles, talk about chapter 5, talk about chapter 6, about the next big vote, which is really about bringing community governance at the next level with listing of tokens. Then we're going to talk about not much, but we're going to answer your questions. And we're going to finish with, of course, a fantastic Kahoot that is going to be live. And there's going to be a lot of money to be made out of. But before that, Benji, March, man, what the heck happened?
Recap of the month of March. Now, March was not that good of a month for our wallets. However, for SwissBorg, we've kept our head down and we're building and growing and launching new stuff. We started the month trying to bring the summer times with the burn. We've burned 357,000 tokens in the name of the Guardians. Most of you guys who are watching this today have decided for this amount to be burnt. And it's super nice to see that there's so much involvement in the Guardians. I think it was about 9,000 people. If I recall right, and it was the first in-app vote for the Guardians. So very exciting
Sweet.
altogether. Even if March wasn't that cool, you can see we're still building stuff. We're still building stuff. We even integrated some new decentralized exchanges into our aggregator, making it more powerful than ever. And frankly, no one can compete anymore. At this stage, if you're building a company and you're trying to integrate as much as we have, it's going to be very difficult. And this is, I think, something to keep in mind is you're getting the best price and very comfortably so. I don't do you know how many exchanges we have now?
We have a big amount,
Yeah.
which was probably, I would say, at least 13 decks or 12, maybe 11 decks, sorry. And then 5 sexes. So that's
Exactly.
16, yeah.
Very difficult to keep track. Similarly, shipping as quickly as adding decentralized exchanges, we have 22 new tokens inside the app. It's ever more choice for you to be able to diversify or to pick your investments and bring them all together in one place. We can note some famous Avalanche meme coins here. We have the cock, which is the first Avalanche meme coin, or at least one of the first to really explode, and we added 2 tokens from BNX, which is gold and British pounds. So it's always nice to see that much choice come in, and we're going to talk more about listing tokens later on as well. Some app enhancements. If you have the latest version of the app, you may see that there are a few new things. Let me put that a little bit bigger for you. You can see that there's a category tiles with a percentage change and adjustable time frames. You can now select, for example, if you want to see the price variation in the last week or month or year, which is super exciting. I always wanted to be able to do that to see, hey, how much am I missing out on? And then feel bad that I've missed the pump every single time. You also have total market cap on the marketplace lists. And you can see the market depth widget. This is very useful, especially if you're buying meme coins or tokens with very low liquidity. So you can see what you're getting into and how much you can actually put in a safe manner without having to worry about destroying the whole price of the asset. So all of these obviously are enhancements that we're always striving to try and bring the most accurate, the most relevant, and the ones that you're going to enjoy the most. So your feedback is immensely valuable. If you can put the update, fidget around, tweak with them, and figure out what you like, maybe what you don't like so much. You don't have to like everything, and what you would like. We're always reading everything, and we're trying to figure out how to really optimize this for you. So any feedback is welcome.
Yeah, I'm really trying to make the best experience, so it's all for you guys. Please don't hesitate to share what you guys have in mind. But there's more than that. There's been some great, beautiful alpha deals, which one is around AI and the other one science, decentralized science. So Tada was definitely a good investment opportunity. The token's not done that well in the recent market chaos, but I think so. I still believe it's definitely a great project that Tada is. And Big Doctor AI, I think it's a very interesting one, very more early stage project. But again, like being able to have a wealthy and healthy lifestyle, Big Doctor AI is all about that. How to bring, your sovereignty of your data to improve people's life and improve your personal life too, which is really cool. So I like this new way of again owning this data and getting rewarded for it, which is very cool. Trading vaults, again, for those who don't still understand what it is, it's really trying to bring you trade ideas that you get into the market, you get out of the market. It's not to be part of these communities, is not there for being active as an investor and whatsoever. Is to be a good trader, which is very hard because we know how things go. We invest money, then we just let it float, and then we're like, oh, I'm so rich, and then it goes to zero, and then you're not, right? Here's the whole idea is to say, okay, what are the best next teams to invest in? Then how do you get into a good stage? And then when you have to exit it, even if you believe in it again. And here it's based on things that we are strongly believers, which Ondu is RWA, the one of the best, if not the best, DApp today for that. It's the Goldman Sachs of crypto. Um, is it a great community? That's up to decide. Then there's Tao, which is one of the best AI projects there, and building a lot of cool stuff there. A very big competitor of Layer 1 Bear Chain, which we strongly believe it's a great one. Bad timing for the listing the token, but definitely I think so. A very interesting thing. And the last one, which is I have now a
Athena,
brain farts, which is Ena is one of the main DeFi projects today for getting yield, which is doing delta arbitrage strategies. Shoot, forgot the name, but it doesn't matter. Just look for that
Athena,
Ena.
no,
Sorry,
Athena.
Athena.
Hmm.
So it's Athena, and behind it's a great team that have get a huge amount of yield. I think the yield itself, it's a very dangerous yield because it's all managed on sexes, and delta strategies are really delta neutral strategies are horrible. They're good until it doesn't work. So I believe this is a yield that we don't offer and we will never offer at SwissBorg, but nevertheless, it's still a token that could perform extremely well within the current narrative. So this, I think, is a great thing. There's a lot of things regarding Earn, and we will have more of that, of course, with staking, which these one low are very low, the lowest type of risk, not very high APY, but a very low risk. And if you believe in these projects, it's a great way to have passive income. Talking about active income, It was awesome. We had many events, and we're having more and more events. It's the time of the year where we need to connect in real life, though it's awesome to be with us together on YouTube and on Twitter, but I think so it's even nicer to meet in real life. So there's been the extreme of Verbier. There's been other things in the mountains this weekend, again in the mountains. It's fun, Grand Montana. It's going to be Capri, so a huge party going there. I'm going to be there. A lot of fun this weekend. We had as well more, let's say, work-wise good things as well, which were Start Summit, very fantastic place to be in St. Gallen. Last time I was there was during the ICO era. Haven't been there since. Now I was talking on one of the cool stages. So very glad to be there and connected to a lot of beautiful Swiss German people. So that was really cool. And we have an event as well in Paris this Thursday, next Thursday, not next Thursday, but the next week, Thursday. So hopefully we'll meet you people. It was going to be on the Péniche. If you don't know what it is, then try to figure it out. I'm sure you'll figure it out. And are not, if you're not French, you don't know what SwissBorg Mania is potentially, but it's a great channel. If you want to, the one in German, SwissBorg Explains, a great channel too. It's in German. So and if you want to cover a language, by the way, Spanish or Italian, whatsoever, in the community, just let us know and let's do that. We're about to get Mika, and then Mika is going to be passportable in every country in Europe. So it's time right now to create your channel. I will be just I will sponsor it. Each view, I'll give one Borg token for the first 5 shows. If they're real views, don't make it a fake view. It's like 10,000. No, no, that's maybe too much, one token actually, because it's 10,000 views. It's gonna be like 10,000 more. I don't know what's gonna be the thing, but I will be very happy to start help you to sponsor it for the first one, regardless of the language. The only thing you have to do is to make sure that you're consistent and have it quite often.
We skipped the order now, so now I don't speak for a bit.
No, it's cool. Benji, what happened 5 years ago?
Oh, 5 years ago is when the app launched. For some of you who remember 2020, I believe there was the community app as well during those times. So everyone was excited guessing the Bitcoin price of tomorrow. It was very frustrating sometimes when we got it wrong. You had these Hall of Fames, you had these challenges, and then bam, the great app. For those who remember, very few tokens at first, very few exchanges integrated it into it. It's a much, much different beast nowadays, but nonetheless, extremely important milestone. And I really liked the vision that you explained, the million people. So I'll let you talk about the brace.
And yeah, when I'm on EasyJet, each time I hear this thing, brace, brace, I'm a big EasyJet fan because I'm just a cheap person. And I'm a shareholder, by the way. Um, Not that I own a lot of shares, but I still have a fair amount of money. Not a great investment, to be honest. But brace, brace. In whatever you do, and maybe the one of the only book that my brother gave me that I really liked. Sorry, Alex, because I know you really tried, but I don't like these bullshit books usually, but this one was a good one. It was about Stephen Covey. It's probably the best book. And it was the seven habits of highly successful people. And I read this book in a dark moment of my life, which doesn't make sense because I was like in the north of Thailand, which was like probably the best experience. But whatever. It happened to be that I got a bit sick and I was feeling down. I was feeling really shitty. I went to different hospitals. Oh yeah, then I went to different hospitals, but in north of Thailand they were not good. So I went to Korea. So I read something on Samsung hospitals that were really good. It was really cool, by the way. Like there were different cyborgs and all that. It's in 2015, by the way, it's a long time ago. And they did tests and this and that. And then I went back to the jungle. Like, okay, fuck this thing. I need to go back to the jungle. So another plane went back to the jungles. And this was just before SwissBorg. And I started reading this book, and I think so I called my brother, and I called different people, like, oh, I don't know what's happening, and people are just saying, just dude, just chill, man. But when you're by yourself and you're traveling for a long time and you have some health issues, and you're a bit lost in your life. I think so. That was a lot of combinations of different things, and I got really lost. And I started reading this book, and the book started quite well. Instead of these other, other books like Napoleon Hill, all these things that never really attached to me, even if they're great books for life experience. It's just that I think so the story was not there. The author was too disconnected. The time was just thing that I didn't really like. Where here I was like, oh, this is super cool. And I was on a slow boat. Slow boat is like the north of Thailand, going all the way down the Mekong River to Laos. And the first chapters of this book is all about yourself. It's about the brace, right? It's like how to get to first have an end goal in mind, right? Then how you prioritize this. So how do you then you break into small different things? How you no, first you have to you have to be curious, right? Then you have to I think so set a goals and set a dream that you really want. Then you have to break it down to small different things, and then after you have to prioritize this shit. I think so this is like the first way to do it, right? And this is about yourself. And then the next part is about how you connect to the societies. And I'm sorry if I got this wrong, the 7 habits, but I think this is pretty much that. And the while I was on this boat, I did this thing, right? And I was thinking about SwissBorg. I was thinking about, okay, how can I gonna make it? Okay, well, how could I cut my old path of wealth management to break it to a lot of different people? How do I self get, financial and independent myself? And then the second part is when you know this is like, okay, now how do I find people and how does these people have the same problem? How do I find synergies? And how do I make that super winning that winning thing that makes things amazing, right? When you go from good to great, or you go from ordinary to extraordinary. And my big dream was to have a huge community of people to become financial independent. I don't think that everyone today in this call is financially independent. I think there's definitely a lot of people though, and it feels fucking great. And why does it feel great? Because you can do whatever you want. That's easy as that. You're free to say and to do whatever you want, and that's a huge, massive feeling, right? It's on your ego, on your perception of life, of your time that you devote to whatever you want, and it's really cool. And I think the idea here is, while this dream was mine and Anthony's and Jeremy's and Christoph and many other and Benji's today and many hopefully other Borgers within the thing, I think so. The idea with what was the next step is how can we now make this even bigger, much bigger than just a dream of being financial independence. So if you can move to the next slide, the whole thing here is the dream fund is your dream is our mission. And when I say our mission, it's not SwissBorg employees, it's our as SwissBorg community members. And that's very important. We all have dreams. And it doesn't really matter what the size of the dream or what's the orientation of the dream. It's that we just have different dreams, right? And these dreams, if we have a collective way to bring those dreams to reality, then we fucking made it. Right? We become the genies of the world, right? Or the geniuses of the world. And here the idea is to work on this path together is how we as an ecosystem can enable anyone to dream, and our ecosystem could and our community could vote for what dream should be winning and how you can make this wish become true. So this is all what we believe is the thing about the Dream Fund. If we go to the next slide, it's a huge campaign where anyone in the world could participate. And again, I said anyone in the world could participate to apply for this dream at the first part. Then, is there a financial catch? Yes, for Borgers. You have a much higher chance to throw your token in the beautiful fountain. Because if you go to any fountain, you don't toss your coin, well, it doesn't work as well, right? So you have to toss 500 Borg to get in the app, of course. And then you do a short list of the top 300, right? And then the top 300, the next step is to get these people to do more and more videos out of it, and to bring this way where we will select 10 candidates. And then these 10 candidates will have the chance to meet us in real time, to make a video, and then you guys will decide who are the top three winners that will earn each 10,000 euros each, which is for a season one, which is not good enough for making a dream happen, but is enough to accelerate the dream, to sign the dream, or just to start the energy of this dream, right? And you could be in these different phases from like just the beginning or something that's already done. This weekend, for example, a good friend of mine has a freaking awesome coffee shop that is all about bringing families together, creating experiences with these families, but as well to go ahead a step further on education and bring this love in a little bit everywhere in Switzerland. Is that a dream I'd like to support? 100%. Super cool. And happens to be the guys at Borger and he's a crypto guy. So, those type of people, I would love to see that more happen. And of course, they already have the coffee shop, but maybe they need more, you know, communication. Maybe they want to bring more coffee shops. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. It's not us to decide. I mean, it's us to decide at the end. But the dream is for them to submit it and to make it happen and toss the coin, of course. So, Benji, what could be the categories of these dreams?
Yeah, so you have three categories in which you can decide to, well, let's say compete in. The first one is love. It's a romantic gesture. It could be love towards a partner, or it can also be towards family member or even broader population. But it has to be a from a place of love. The second one is traveling. So it's a dream about traveling. It's going somewhere, doing something. Before we had the examples of, for example, visiting Iceland or going to Ibiza and do all of the nightclubs there. So it could really be anything that's about traveling, exploring the world. And the third one is wild card. So if you really want to go to Ibiza, you could also try and compete in the wild card option. But essentially, you have to choose one of these three categories and then go all in and explain why this is the coolest dream. Maybe even explain how you can make the most content, how you can show SwissBorg to as many people as you can once you're there. This might convince the community a little bit more that you have the idea that's going to get you to win one of these three categories.
And what's very important here again is that why we're doing this is that the ultimate dream is awesome. It's something that people could talk about. Crypto is not necessarily the thing that people really think about. Obviously, investing in crypto is the best asset class. It's the only way to get financially freedom, right? Or at least to give the best chance to get there. And of course, crypto, the product, technology, the philosophy is about freedom. But that maybe does not suffice for many people. But however, submitting a dream for anyone, and again, you could even win this competition without owning a Borg, right? You'll have a small amount of, uh, I mean, what's a dream? Yeah, that's a great question. I really said it earlier, is to be have 1 million Borgers to be financially free, right? We're very far from that, and it still has a long-term mission. That's why I'm so excited and working always towards this dream. And we're far away, but step by step we get closer to it. But getting back to the growth here, this is a great campaign for us to really boost the love that we have within the community, that we're all going to make it. The WAGMI culture that Web3 and crypto has created, and SwissBorg even further, where we have a very strong community of people that today are watching and tomorrow are shaking hands and having fun together, right? So this is really what I think so we want to believe in, and of course, launch it to the world, promote it to the world. So it's you guys to do this. Obviously, you want dreams from a lot of people, but if you start doing it, a lot of people will start doing it. And what we want as well is, which is very important, is that at the end of this season, to make the winners our ambassadors, right? To make sure that these people continue going forward to post things. And if it's the coffee shop that wins, for example, well, make a brownie out of with a Borger brownie, let's say, for example, or to make things that whenever you come with a SwissBorg app, you get something special, or just to make sure that people promote SwissBorg in a very good way, where they become affiliates, where the revenue that goes to these affiliates, it goes in a way that these guys, get to grow even more their funding and get closer to their dreams day by day, Borg by Borg. And so, yeah, the competition has just started. And go, guys. Make it fun, make it fair, fun, fair, and community centric.
And as you know, the best way of being seen, the best way of gathering others' votes, the best way of having a dream that's more exposed and has more odds of winning is obviously going to be to post it a little bit on social media. You can also earn a spot by having one of the 10 posts that has the most likes. Now, if we do detect some bots, obviously not good, you'll be punished. But there is also something else on top of that that has disappeared, but there is a Zeely quest. Zeely is the platform that we use to empower our other community members. Posts, for example, or our own. Basically, you can complete some quests, and if you do so, you are able to claim a big cash prize. So this is also a very nice way to either get your first crypto if you haven't done it yet, or if you are a connoisseur and you've done a lot of these, you already know what to do. You know the drill. You can already submit your dream by scanning this QR code or typing in swissborg.com/dream bar. I'm not sure how you say this one. Fund
Dash,
dash fund, and yeah, make us dream. Oh, here's
your,
the
your dream, our mission. Thank you. Thank you for that. Our dream, our mission. We're not at $10. We're at 20 cents right now, which is very far away from it. And in the race, unfortunately, we haven't won any position yet. Um, but are we going to win them? Yes.
maybe. I'm joking. Of course we are.
So this has been the Better Than Sex campaign, which I think is quite cool. Not everyone gets it, but I think so. It's still very cool as the perfect moment of what has happened last week. Hyperliquid has been tried to be hijacked to bring Hyperliquid to zero by the cartel of the sexes. This has been most probably one of the shadiest way to kill a beautiful DEX. And why are they doing that? Because Hyperliquid today is the number one biggest threat to the sex cartel. Sex cartel, when they see Hyperliquid, they shit in their pants because they understand that sooner or later they're not going to be able to manipulate and to market make and to make spreads that are huge and not possible within the crypto market. Hyperliquid today is the number one DEX for perpetuals, but tomorrow could be the number one platform for perpetuals, just all the perpetuals. They've been under attack by some of the dirty sex cartels, and for that same reason, SwissBorg saw a huge opportunity to get listed there, to show solidarity, to show that future of the world is DEXs, that we need to use not only crypto, but we need to use blockchains. More importantly, we need to use the fact of being able to be part of the market making, the solution, and not the problem where you can make some money. You need the transparency, you need the governance, and you need everything that we've been fighting for. And I think this has shown to the world that we just secured a spot to be listed on their spot on the spot exchange, which is great. And the spot is not as big as yet the perpetuals, but this will probably grow with time. So now this is great for the philosophy. So why are we did this? We've been thinking about Hyperliquid already for Anthony was on it like always since like the first day that Hyperliquid was launched. He showed me the thing. I thought it was just amazing. Like the fact of not just clicking and being able to trade without confirming and all that is amazing. Is this the most decentralized DEX? No, it's probably not. But the user experience is great. The flow that's going there is great. But more importantly, the community there is huge. We're talking about the biggest, smartest whales and the smartest whales that really use crypto. Not like CZ saying, "Oh, I never used the DEX. How difficult it is to use the DEX." That was a horrible attack versus DEXs. Just 2 weeks later, just coincidental, they're trying to attack Hyperliquid, right? So this is showing how the world is changing immensely. And this is very, very good for us. This is very, very good opportunity. We secured a spot at a low price as well, because this is an auction mechanism that Nico is explaining every other day. So every 30 hours, 31 hours, there's a listing. We got in for, I think so, for 53K, which I think so it's a good price. And it was just 2 days or 3 days after that this whole fiasco happened, which I don't need to get into detail, but they manipulated a shit coin that had no liquidity in order to Hyperliquid to blow up or to pay a huge amount of deficits on one of their trades, or to show that there was some centralized body within Hyperliquid. And of course, there are every decentralized application. There's a centralized party of it. There's no thing about being completely 100% decentralized, right? Maybe Bitcoin itself, but is it really a strong application? No, it's a very simple, non-complex application, right? So long story short, very excited about this. This is going to bring a lot of attention to us from the coolest whales on Hyperliquid. Are we going to get listed yet? No. It's going to take some time. Yes, we need to, do a lot of different things technically, and we need to, passport the token, all that, bridge it. So there's still a lot of things to be done, but this is a huge future for SwissBorg and for the MEX, and showing really who we are, what we stand for, and how the big whales will understand this and push hopefully Borg to the next level. But for now, what happened last month about next level?
Some Borg data. As you all know, we have 952 new premiums who have locked in total, I believe it's 860,000 tokens, which is the equivalent of, for example, 4,000 generation premium. Yeah, or well, now I'm getting my maths mixed up. 20,400 generation premium or 4,000 community premium. The price isn't going as well as we were hoping. The bulk staked also next time will be much better, since we will have a staking mechanism that will definitely lock some more tokens than we have seen the increases of for now. Garden Spot isn't moving so much, and holders in the app are over 160,000, which is very good, but obviously we're aiming bigger, which means that the community index unfortunately is not overwhelmingly good.
Not very good, good.
4.9. So
9.
Borg
Thank you to
volume and
social
app
media, though. You
activity.
pumped it up. Thanks to social media, guys. Thank you very much for that. And again, like and subscribe to this channel.
And the Borg holders are going up as well. Invitations down a bit. That's not cool. We have to
But
invite more
that's
people.
not the average community index. This is the community index of today. Or it's the average.
It's
I think
the
so.
I
It's
believe it's the
today.
average. It's the like month to month now on this since the last assembly. So it's a 4 week of
Oh, okay.
4.9 is So it's 4 week of
No, it's a
Yeah,
meh for sure.
we'll pump it.
We'll pump it. Talking about pump. Um, community bundles. Swarm intelligence was the theme of our ICO 2017. It's still the theme about how we as Borgers could change the world, how we as people could really embrace democracy in the best way by participating and voting and to build the future of not only finance but of we organize ourselves. To be part at the nicest seats, to be part of that table where you're going to decide what's going to be the first community bundle, but as well get a lot of perks out of it, you have to get at least how much, Benji?
192,000 Borg.
Last week, Friday, it was only 90,000. Within 4 days, it jumped, it more than doubled. That's crazy, Benji.
Yeah, the top 1,000 bought collectively 100,000 tokens each, and we still saw a decrease of 8% in the price.
And the best thing is that my pronostics is that to be in the top 1,000 next week, you're going to have to own 1 million Borg.
Million or billion?
Million, because there's only 1 billion. So
Yeah.
if there's 1,000 people that own 1 billion, that means that we've sold the entire we're only a thousand Borg token holders, right? It would be horrible to our mission. Great for the pump, though. Don't get me wrong, but it would be horrible. So it's not 192K. It's 92K. That was the shitty joke of April's Fool. I thought it was gonna be funny, but when you do it twice in a row, it's probably not that fun. My point here is that it did grow though since last Friday to from 90 to 92K. We still have 6 more days to go to reserve your seats to be in the top 1,000 Borger and to be a bundle founder. Uh, I hope that the 92K will get at least 100K by the end of this next session, which is Tuesday next week, I'm not mistaken. So we have 1 more week to go. And why do you want to be community bundle founder? Why you want to be a founder? Because you sit at the main seat, the main table, create the first bundle, you name it, you decide what is the strategy or the narrative around it. You then are able to get a yield on your Borg that you have staked there, which is super cool. And then the more successful the bundle itself managed to be in terms of growth of performance, but as well, of course, of assets that are traded through this bundle, the more you get essentially a share of that, which gives you a yield in Borg. So it buys back Borg on the market and gives the yield back to yourself. So this is a fantastic way for us again to create something new, to create some history. You guys who are in the top 1,000, or we guys in the top 1,000, will decide which will be the first bundle. Then we will enable this to uh, run the strategy in the best way possible, and as well get a yield on top of our board there. So it's only pure amazing. And as until, sorry, next Monday, 1 p.m. to be top 1,000. So 92K is what it is today. Tomorrow may be more, and Monday will probably be much more. The race has started. More democracy here. Benji, what's going on?
Now, in the last 2 weeks, we have done a new vote about expedited unstaking feature for Borg. So, as you may know, during the month, we will be releasing a Borg staking mechanism that will be used in order to empower you for governance. So, you won't be able to vote if you don't lock some tokens, and locking tokens will allow you to have more voicing power as well as more rewards. So, it will be the main way of voting. You'll have to lock, and when you want to unlock, you have to wait 2 weeks. Now we're talking about a feature where you could unlock instantly by paying a fee instead of waiting these 2 weeks. So you can choose, either you wait 2 weeks or you skip it. And if you skip it, then you pay something instead, and whatever you pay will go back into the community one way or another. All of these details will be obviously talked about and voted if they're important enough. But conceptually, we're talking about skipping that cooldown of 2 weeks. Now, there were reasons why yes, there were reasons why no. In the vote, everything was explained. And the answer was boom, boom, boom. Yes, at 69%, 23% no, and 8% of people abstained. They didn't really know, so they just said, we're not doing that this time. This is something that's very Swiss to abstain, but we've added it in because, well, that's where we're from. So what will happen next is that the team will be looking at the feasibility, at the desirability, and if we believe that the impact is worth the time it will take to explore and implement that feature. But next up is going to be the ranks. Once we've released the staking, we're going to be talking about the Borger journey and how to make that more exciting. After we've done that, this is where the expedited staking may come into play, or may be pushed back a little bit again. But as we've just seen, there is 69% will to make it happen. So it's clear that it's something that's desired.
Now we're
Next up.
getting to the next phase. Chapter 6, one of the most important question that enabled you to change the faith of SwissBorg, which is listing tokens. Listing tokens has always been something that's been very opaque for most sexes, and we want to bring transparency to the next level. And more importantly, we want to be able to give this power to you Borgers, enable you guys to decide what are the crazy great tokens to invest in, and how more Borg you hold, the more power you have for this. So this is a fantastic way for you guys in 3 stages to be able to nominate what's the tokens you want every month. Then there is a due diligence that happens on our side, so we can't list everything. Of course, there's technical constraints, but there's as well maybe some due diligence operation constraints or these tokens or whatsoever that could have some issues. And then token voting that happens, and then listing. So that's really the 4 phases. I don't know why we talk about 3 phases. There's 4 phases, but you got the whole picture. So again, every month will enable you to say what are tokens you're excited about. You'll be able to say all these tokens that you want. Then there'll be a list of a certain amount of tokens. Only the top whatever tokens will be listed, and then you're sure to be able to have what at least we'll know what you want to list if we can't list it yet. And if not, we will make our priority to make that token listed as well, which is very important. And in the other case that you guys could really list on their tokens, and people will bribe you hopefully with some more tokens to get tokens listed in the app.
As per
Patrick is in the
usual.
house. Thanks for buying another 10K Borg today. Top
He's
1,000. Welcome in.
for now.
Quality of to vote. This is the time to go for it. You can scan this. Qualify to vote. Sorry. You know what? Actually, I'm gonna do it. Oh no, I can't. This is my webcam. Forgot about it.
Yes, you have to
That's why I
scan
didn't
that
do it
QR code,
earlier.
or you can go in the governance section of the app in the profile page and vote directly from there. The vote is now live. Qualified to vote is because if you have 0 BORG, you'll have to get some BORG before you can vote,
Yep.
and then we'll let you. So yeah, here we go.
And now we get to questions that you have submitted, and we'll have just a few minutes for this, but we'll be very excited to have these
So
questions.
let's try and make them quick.
When will you change the strategy to attract a significant number of users into the app? Our communities is our marketing clearly isn't enough. Yes, I think Luca, you are. A lot of people have been frustrated, and this is a tweet that came from Nico, from yourself. By the way, people, you don't realize how much we study tweets, by the way. Not everyone, but at least Benji, myself, Nico, and then other people from the SwissBorg team definitely does. We listen a lot. I read it every day, every day. I mean, besides weekends, maybe 'cause it's not the most important thing, but I read every day all the reviews in the app. And the 1 stars one are the one that I really enjoy the most. I'm joking. But yeah, well, how do we go to super growth?
There's something also to note. I think that's maybe somewhat of an unfair comment. Is there are a lot of things that have been done, like sponsoring the football team. We've ran a lot more ads than we have back in the days. That brought quite a few people as well. We've been to a few events, but also the things that we want to push out to mass market SwissBorg. If it reaches you, it means that we're paying for a platform to put a SwissBorg ad in front of someone who already has SwissBorg, which is not their goal and is not our goal. So you also have to know that there are a lot of ads going out there that talk about SwissBorg that are on purpose avoiding you because they know that you are already SwissBorg follower, they know that you're already SwissBorg user. So it would be waste of funds to show you these basically.
Yeah. So the first thing is you have to grow your marketing budget, right? That's the first thing. This year we have a big marketing budget. And then you really have to tap into sub communities, right? So that's the best thing, or the referral strategy. Um, that is usually what you really do to grow. Uh, it's financial products at the end, so you can't just like think that you're going to do an ad and it's just going to work. You're going to have to see that ad multiple times, and you're going to have people to refer it or talk about it, or trusted reviews to say like, okay, I got Roger Federer say like he's a good guy. Yeah, if Roger does that, or you're just best friend, right? So the affiliate model we've been very good at, which is clear. The sponsorship model is not something that we've done so well. We just started recently. The outcome is not great yet. The being viewed by affiliate, I mean, affiliates for me is the same as Legend. Legend has brought us like 5,000 users to deposit. That's been a great campaign, right? And we're gonna see more of my face at least on the French channels, and hopefully more there. Um, the Dream Fund is it? That's the thing. And it's the community now could say to anyone that are in the companies like, okay, you don't want to do crypto, just what's your dream? That's not a difficult question. And if the person doesn't have a dream, he will figure it out. And just supply it and just share it, and then we'll give you $10,000. Euros, sorry. How bad is that? It's like, oh, I don't want to do 1 minute video because there's people are gonna see my dream. It's okay. It's a 10,000 euros potential win out of it. That's like the best lottery in the world. And zero commitment there, right? So I think that this could be a huge initiative. We haven't had like huge initiatives so far. We did a lot of small things beside the ICO, the Series A. So this is a huge campaign. So I believe this is one. And then what else can we do? Yeah, that's the huge thing. I think we believe, and it's you guys to help us to get to the next level.
I think if we can, we're going to try and fire these questions quite quickly because then we'll have the Kahoot and we don't want to go over time too much. Here we have, what's the view on the management of the debit card and the SwissBorg's NFT, two products heavily used to raise funds during Series A? These are two quite tricky questions you've put there. For the SwissBorg's NFT, it's been in the box for some time because it just wasn't the right time to launch in 2022, 2023. And then it actually takes a lot of work to have a cool, modern, pretty looking PFP collection to throw out there, generate it, get all of the addresses. It's actually a lot more work than it seems, but I do agree that it has been slacking a little bit. And the card is a different
But I
beast
think
completely.
the NFT is just that I've been very much against to do it. And Benji has done pretty much the whole work to do it. I think like we can launch these NFTs, but if there's no value in it today, there's no value in it. The market NFTs are still dead, right? There's been very small amounts of collections that have had any worked. Like NFTs with bottle of wine, yeah, okay. And to sell, that's amazing. Mad Labs, okay, that was one big, but that was a whole community of entire FTX which was behind it, right? So this was a huge community that needed like a little small win, and that was a big win for them. So there hasn't been like a lot of great things, and these guys are just working towards these NFTs collection. Like Clay's Honorous, which is a big one of NFTs, they didn't really have it. The ones of what's the penguin, Pidgey Penguins? I mean, these guys like 200 people in the company to to make this happen. So I think the SwissBorg NFTs will have to have something really cool. Maybe it's in BORG, maybe something else, but we need it to be connected to a great project to make a great use. That's my reading.
Just
Just
waiting
if
for its
you want
time to
just want to
shine.
drop NFT, we could do it. It's just that we'll be happy to have an NFT if there's not yet some value in it. Probably not. Cards has worked. It's in the pipeline. The team is on it. It's taking more time than we want. I think so. We talked about this recently, or maybe it was maybe not off public. But long story short, Mika has postponed this card again. Not Mika, sorry, just the license. Just hopefully no one's going to take that out of this context. The requirements of travel rule and other different things that are attached to Mika has unfortunately put the payment team a bit more the card on the back burn, right? So as always, we try to do the best. We try to set priorities, and the card has had a lot of ways where he went like, oh, this is getting ready, and then choo, this is going 3 steps forward, 2 steps back type of thing. But still in the pipeline, and I'm pretty sure, first time I'm saying this, I'm pretty sure we're gonna have it this year. So that's my pronostics. Maybe I'll get wrong. You can mark my words on that one, but I believe we're gonna get this year. Vote sometimes.
Uh,
Small balance dust can trade it. No, this is too
this,
small to
yeah.
be.
So
Yeah,
answer
too
to
small.
this, not yet. Let me go to The Borg performance is really. I think I'm gonna try and skip some of these questions because this is
Look at Leo,
okay.
BNB, BGB. I don't know what Leo
Yeah,
is.
it's
BGB, I don't know,
tokens that
but
have got pumps, but look at it that way. There's Jeff Bezos who did an interview the other day because at the launch, Amazon had a share price that went to $134, and then it tanked back down to 6. Now, when he looked at the share price versus when he looked at the performance inside the company, like the number of purchases, the number of visits on the website, the time it takes for someone to go from the visit on the website to the purchase, everything is going well. So for SwissBorg, to me, it's something like this. I have the nose in data every day now that I'm in the management, and everything is going well. We have more people that are coming in than last year. We have more people that are completing onboarding in a faster manner. We have more people who are sharing their referral links in terms of one person has more odds to share a new link than someone else before, but the price of the token is going down. Now, is it necessarily because the company is doing extremely badly? Of course not. And it's the exact opposite. So it's not necessarily a fair representation of saying, okay, Borg is going down, it's never going to go back up because SwissBorg isn't. No, no, no. That's not how you should look at it. If SwissBorg is growing, Xborg is growing, Galactica, everything around us is growing. So there's only one common denominator here. We're going to grow as well, and it's a matter of time at the end of the day, and it's also it requires some patience. So I don't know if Sai you want to add something to that, but it's starting to
no, I think
frustrate me
so.
a little bit.
The pump could happen from multiple different things. Is if you are under the right influence of the energy that or the mind share, which is narratives. Sex, Dex, Launchpad is definitely a huge one. So we are definitely positioned well in the DeFi. Number of more users right now, we don't have, like March was not a great one, but we have more and more users that get to SwissBorg app and their premium. BorgPad is a great initiative. And getting the big whales of Hyperliquid, I think so on it. I think so will be a great one. Being able to add more chains and be able to bring more value to you guys is always be a big one. And we're working also towards this one. And I think so that's gonna make us definitely not a pump, but a sustainable buy and lock type of mechanism. I heard that Benji, you're working on locking a lot of Borg too. So many things in our sleeves that will help us to bring us to Nirvana.
Two last questions, then we'll go to Kahoot. What's your honest take on limit orders? All the time spent building them, yet no, that's not a fair. It's not a very fair question. Why hype them up so much? To me, limit orders is a shed of potential for now. It's a shadow of what it can become, and it's not to be looked at as a final, finished, polished program right now. It's not a feature that's fully fledged and still has a long road to go. I understand that today it's not the sexiest thing ever, but it doesn't mean that it's something to be forgotten and thrown into the abyss either.
Yeah, and again, the fiat I could understand for some countries it sucks, but it's not for all the countries, right? Like for Switzerland, we don't have that event thing. I understand for some countries it's an issue, but then having like order limits on every crypto, when you trade, when 80% is traded on four cryptos, I think so we should first see there and try to improve it. And I do agree that we have solutions to create this through USDC. Then as people are really going to use it, so far it hasn't been yet. I think it's only 1% of our business comes from that. So it's a small amount of revenues that's coming from this, but it's still a good thing. I don't think so. There was hype around it. Um, just happy to have shipped it. Vote. Will they be their purpose of for 1 million, 3 million, and 50 million? Or that's yours, Benji. Go for it.
Yeah. So the 1, 3, and 15 million Borger camp right now, there's actually a very little amount of people that are in these camps because they're very high and exclusive. And instead of having these static Borger camps like they are right now, in the future, we're going to be implementing a dynamic leaderboard. So, for example, for those who are in the 3 million camp, they're going to be, I believe, in the top 30 by default, which means that you'll see exactly where you are compared to everyone else. And then when we come up with something
Ooh,
exclusive, and when we have
that's
something like
freaking awesome.
there's only 15 people who can get this, we'll know exactly where to get these 15 people from. So that's where you have to put
That's
your
gonna make
focus.
a lot of people buy Borg. Ego is the best thing. It reminds me of the nightclubs. I spent a lot of time in nightclubs as a kid. I mean, not a kid, but as a young adult. And I always was amazed about uh, that 90% of most nightclubs came from the VIP tables. And I do agree that uh, maybe back to the Borg, how it's gonna pump. The top 1,000 people are gonna pump it like no tomorrow. I think the top 100 are gonna pump it even more. And I don't know what's gonna happen to the top 10, but they're gonna be very aggressive too. So I think there's a lot that has to done by, of course, the greater is the biggest amount of people. But in every different bull case that we went through, there was always that the spark happened from few small whales. Um, and that's why Hyperliquid I'm very excited as well. Cow
Yes,
time, guys. This
very
was
time.
lovely. Dan, come to bring us the lovely Kahoot and replace myself. This was a lovely time with you guys. I wish you all the best. Have a very fun Kahoot. Love you guys and take care.
Cool. Take care, Cyrus. Have a great evening. Good evening, folks, and welcome to my highlight of the evening. It's the quiz time. Benji's going to share, I think, the screen because my internet was playing a little bit flaky. But I think we need to show some green hearts, show some love for the guys there talking for nearly 2 hours this evening, bringing all the latest information to you and showing everything that's going on in the Borg
Dan, I'm going to be
universe.
very transparent with you. I did not understand that I was going to share the screen, so I I need some hearts in the chat to help me stall
That's
this.
okay. There you go. Look, we got the hearts coming. Claire's saying hi. Marcus is saying hi. Everybody's getting ready and excited to win the 1,000 Borg. They're part of the 1,000 Borg prize pool. We're talking 700 Borg for the winner. We're talking 200 for second place and 100 for who comes in third. So who thinks they're in with an opportunity this evening, guys? Who thinks they've got a chance? Were you paying attention to
I
everything
hope
you've
this.
just been told? Or indeed,
Please tell me
is
this
there
is
going to be
shared.
some mystery involved?
All right, where are we going, Dan? Guide me. March.
That's the one, host live. Okay, guys, get your Kahoot app ready on your phone. You're going to scan this code in just a second when Benji hits that start button there. And we're going to be ready and excited. We've got, I think, 12 questions for you that are going to tax you, going to challenge you. The first one is my favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. So scan the code, enter the PIN number if you need to on the Kahoot website. We need you getting involved, guys. We need you to pay attention. We've got...
Do you get the music?
I can hear it, yeah, this evening. Well
done.
Instant success.
Steve is there, first in the room.
Steve's in the house.
Nick, I see. We have some fierce competition today. I'm sorry for anyone who's a new joiner. I can see some veterans in here who are definitely in to win. We have, if that's Anthony, it's going to be tricky. It's going to be tricky. Luca, Jimmy, Claire, of course, Russell. I sense some cheating going on here. There's going to be some collaborating between these two. All right.
So Steve was our winner last week. Steve was the champion. He was the #1 winner. Got the 700 Borg.
Wow.
Let's take 700 what have we got. Yeah, 700 was the prize last week, top prize. Wow. Second place gets 200. Third place gets 100. 1,000 Borg up for grabs in the prize pool. Steve, what do you reckon? You're going to do it this week?
Steve seems he's motivated. He throws in hands yellow, heart red. I guess it's like, I don't know. Hey.
That's
now, what does he say? Identity theft is not a joke.
Identity theft is not a joke, sir. Millions of people. So we'll give it another minute. You've got one more minute to join, and then we're going to hit the start button. It's a fun quiz with a nice prize, and yeah, let's see what happens. No, you can play. Of course you can play.
Okay.
But if you get the first question...
Let's go.
Okay, let's go, guys. So it's a little bit about March. There's a couple of other things. Question number 1. Which SwissBorg team member followed this Ghibli-style art challenge? Who is it?
full disclosure, I am not the one who has done these questions.
Hey,
by the
correct
way-
answer was Mr. Benji.
You spelled my name wrong. I forgive you. I forgive you.
So, and
All right, Swisky is in the lead. Jimmy number 2. Danny also spelled wrong if it's supposed to be Danny. Then Benny Lavoul, and then Pre-Wealthy. Pre-Rich is actually a very good name. Now let's see if it stays the same.
so we had 22 tokens this month. Excuse me. Which was this one? Which newly added token logo is this? I think you might have get that one.
Oh, 25 people got it right. This is a clean sweep. Oh, wow. But Jimmy. Well played, Jimmy.
Here comes Steve racing through to second. So question number 3. How many tokens were added in March? Were you paying attention to what I just said?
You know, here you can always go by process of elimination. Because there's one that's very low, one that's very high. Any of these two in the middle, I would always go for the higher one.
There you go. It was 22
And
indeed.
so did Jimmy and Steve. Why does Steve have the fire here?
Because his streak,
Oh.
look. He's got the best answer
But
streak.
everyone must have this, no? Okay, maybe not. Number 4.
Okay, one more token for you. Which one was this?
That was a mean one. Look at
A little
this.
bit trickier, huh?
Yeah. Oh, you're giving Steve the lead again. Maybe he just has better Wi-Fi.
I think he pays serious attention to what we do. So which earn strategy was not opened this month out of that 4 options? C, SwissBorg, Solana, or Tron? Which didn't we open this month?
Congrats to the 14 people who got it right. Indeed, Solana was not open this month. Steve in the lead, but Luca96 very close behind. Jimmy, Benny Lavoul still in the top, and Borgius is number 5.
Claire, where are you? So what was the name of the first of the Avalanche dexes we added in March? Sphinx, Pyramid, Uniswap, or Pharaoh?
Your questions are significantly more difficult than when I do Kahoots. Although almost
yet-
wow, okay.
We got some serious people here. They deserve proper questions.
Wow, okay, wow. Let's keep going. Which alpha deal is this the logo for? Ah.
It's one of 2.
There's some cat UFC going on over there. Indeed, Tad. Anthony went back to number 6. Bashley, or Bishley, maybe you say. Benny, Jimmy, Luca, and CHSB Steve still in the lead. Very difficult to dethrone. Next up. How many Borg were burnt by the Guardians in March? By the looks of it, Dan has frozen. But fear not. It is indeed 357,415. Although it does sound a bit strange. Let's see what the leaderboard does say here. Luca, CHSB Steve, Anto is number 3. Sam and Jimmy for the podium. Now moving on. Question 9. Which event did SwissBorg sponsor in March?
Question number 9.
Extremely nice. It's a very good one. You want to take it over?
You can see my sense of humor coming through if my internet is holding out. So back to the scoreboard. Luca96. Wow, look at that. CHSB Steve in number 2. Antho Borg, Sam and Jimmy. We've got some new names just popped in. Fantastic, guys. Not long to go. Question number 10.
I think I already know.
Who is this?
Oh.
Orange pilled crypto figure, Ghibli style art. Who do you reckon that is?
Gotta be Poppy. Wow, everyone got it right.
Look at that. Fantastic.
This is where all the intensity starts.
Were you paying attention to the Dream Fund?
All right, this is becoming easier. Now, only 2 people are trolling. Now, for you 5 in the podium here, this is where the tension gets at its highest. This is where your palms get sweaty, knees weak, arms are heavy. This is when everything gets decided. Are you going to be the happy winner of these 700 Borg, or are you going to have to wait until next time? Oh.
I'm sorry I let you say all that. There's a quick word cloud here, guys. Pop your dream in, just for fun, this one. Then we'll go back to the questions.
So I just created that stress for you 5 for no reason. But that's fine. It happens sometimes.
Staying healthy. Motorbike.
$10
There you go.
Borg. Become a millionaire. Love. Borg to 1 million. Borg to 200. Borg 100. I think, yeah. These are nice. More Borg. More Borg is a dream you can accomplish very quickly. All right, Dan. Who's getting rewarded tonight?
Well, I think we know the answer to this one. It's a true or false. Was March busy? Was it a slow month at SwissBorg?
I remember seeing that question already sometime. Are you ever going to put true?
I doubt it.
12 people just completely gave up.
Bang. So let's see what we've got here, guys. Number 3, Anthoborg. 2, Steve. Could only be. Congratulations, guys. Well done. Well done. Well done. Congratulations. Make sure you take a screenshot so you can prove your participation. Send it to me, Benji, Danny on Discord.
Yeah, I think only Anthoborg. I'm not sure if it's really Anthony or not. But for Luca and Steve, I've got your IDs. We're all good here. Sorry for Russell. For everyone else, thank you very much for tuning in. It was a blast. Next assembly, we'll have some more info, some more screens, some more prototypes, and some more exciting stuff. So I am very impatient to see you there. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, comments, complaints, feel free to go on Discord or on Twitter. You know where to find us. And in the meantime, have an extremely profitable week.
Absolutely.
Anything
Thank you very
want
much.
to add there?
No, not at all. Stay healthy, stay wealthy. Love you, Borg. Take care, guys.